so cool.
What is it?
Who put us here? What's out there? Yes, totally. True. And it's cool to just keep that in mind. You know, you don't ever want to lose that. Like it's the reason we do this. You know, it all started there. Yeah. Loving it when we were that age, and you know, you got to think about that because that's such a cool thing.
Yeah.
For me, it's always I mean, I love the movie. I'm really proud of the movie, but it didn't feel like we were making a movie to me. And it's so difficult to explain because I know it sounds cheesy and I know it sounds like what every cast say, but I've got best friends the rest of my life now, and we know how grueling it was. And sometimes you can't say that. You have to sit there and go, "It was really great and fun." Yeah. But we all, you know, we experienced every side of it, and there's something special about having that as our bond.
We truly do have friends for life, and like dear friends, all of us. Like,
I'm gonna cry.
Seriously,
again.
like, and you know, we're like getting emotional in these interviews. It's amazing because it's like our last day of press,
So
and we have to like
tired.
go away from
Made
each
me
other
cry.
again. And I'll never forget, you know, again everything about the film, but it's kind of most crazy to remember my first day in pre-production and going to the production office and feeling so nervous and you know just not settled yet. And then on the first time I met everyone, you know, I like have such a burnt memory of that every time, and it's so funny to look back because we hadn't known each other yet, and it's incredible. It's incredible because like you know, the first time I met Amel and Kaya, and I came in like off a plane to audition with them, and I was like completely out of my mind, tired, didn't sleep, you know, in like 2 days, and like I came in and met them. And then the first time I met Will at the you know, pre-production day, first time I met
minutes later we were wrestling.
Yeah, right, exactly. First time I ran up to Thomas. I stopped Thomas after 20 minutes of stopping him and talking to him. I realized that he was on his way to the bathroom. You know, little things like this that are literally just, it's such a trip, man. It literally makes me, it makes you emotional because we have such a connection and we're all just such a family.
I've never heard that phrase before.
Yeah, that's interesting. Just gotta go for it.
In your career?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I haven't even done it yet, I don't know.
I think probably dropping my pants down around my ankles next to a
That's
highway.
A go for it. That's a go for it.
While wearing sort of like 5 pounds of prosthetic makeup. That was a sort of go get 'em buddy moment. You know? Yeah. Made, you know, one of the times you're like, Mum and Dad are gonna be real proud, and that's why I'm doing this. It's not in this movie, but I just, you know, you said career, so I guess it got cut. Not twice, please.
I was gonna spit out your teeth. No, can we, let's just, let's get to the next one. That's amazing.
The very last thing.
I just can't get the go get 'em, buddy.
I think we all feel very proud of this because it is unique, and I think it's been.
You got
And I'm sorry.
You made it.
I'm sorry. And I shot myself in the foot.
That's a pro.
Well done, Will. Thanks for that, mate.
Well, you say that.
Well,
But
seriously though, this movie is so incredibly special to us. It'll set it. It's something that'll set itself apart because of just how truly good it is, and there are a lot of things about it that people will not expect. There's no romance, and there's just a lot of differences, you know, from these other films that you see right now. I don't think there is any way to, you know, that just seems to be what it gets flagged for. If you know, if it interests you, go check it out. We know that it's, you know, it's something unique, it's something different. I think it's awesome. Is not the same thing at all, and also, you know what, you know why? If you like those kind of movies, then why wouldn't you want to see this one? I mean, I think it's just a. It's just a great addition to that kind of genre, and is completely different. And that would be the thing that someone would take away with it too. I mean, I'm sure that 99% of people who would think that going into it would come out being like, oh, that actually was really different. You know?
Yeah, totally different. There wasn't really any major training, was there?
No.
I mean,
very
bit.
essential, brief.
Start a fire. That's all I learned.
shelter
I mean, like
building.
you know, for Kai and I, our characters, you know, aren't a part of the Glade. You know, the training that we were offered was for like you know characters like Gally who've been there for a few years. You know, to establish just kind of an idea of like things that you would have picked up in that time. You know, and also we weren't blessed with a lot of time before the film. We kind of all just kind of reported there a week before we started shooting, and you know. Yeah, there wasn't much going on.
But about being the only woman
Don't
out there.
do
But,
it.
Hey, at
no,
least
but
you
what-
prefaced
what-
it with
just
that,
tell, just
brother.
tell
No,
me.
thank you.
Oh, this is a nice one. Okay,
Yeah.
this is a good way of going about it. Thank you, I appreciate that. The best part, I guess I felt really safe the whole time. Not in a like I need someone to look after me way, but in an emotional way. I just felt like I was with my best friends, and if I was ever gonna break down or you know miss home or feel lonely, that there'd be 11 people that I could go to, and within 5 minutes I would feel better again. And that's so nice on a film set, because it can be tough. Everyone kind of thinks it's really glamorous and great, but it's lonely, and it's a lot of work, and it's no sleep, and you're in someone else's mind the whole day. It can be really dangerous if you don't have an outlet. And these boys were my outlet the whole time. You know, whenever I needed to just decompress a bit, I'd go and watch New Girl with Will, or I'd go and you know sit by the pool with Dylan, and just little things like that kept me going. Worst part was that they wouldn't let anyone hit on me when we went out.
That's awesome.
We were actually joking about, because Kaya is phenomenal in this film called Truth About Manual, and it is amazing. And we went to the premiere with her, so she brought 9 dates.
Had us all on her
9
arm.
boys, yeah.
In a
exactly.
row.
And we had to do like a really awkward, because the carpet wasn't actually wide enough for 4.5 men either side. So we had to kind of, it was awkward, but we did it. We tried. By the way, great term, faceless evil.
yeah.
Love that. Faceless evil, Effie. You get that? I think it was cool, you know. Like I don't know. I didn't really kind of consider him an out-and-out villain. I guess in the books he kind of can appear that way, you know, and he doesn't come across as innately bad, because that's something that I think James Dashner just generally opposes. He opposes the idea that anyone is kind of innately bad or at their source kind of a bad person. But he was just a little too much of a douchebag, and we were trying to make him a little bit more justified and rational at times. You know, I think Gally was in danger of kind of just flying off the handle, sort of spontaneously, a little too much in the book, and we tried to just make him a little bit more grounded and I think kind of tactical. You know, he had a strategy and he had a plan in his head that he thought would work, and that was founded for a number of reasons. One, because you know he is scared of the outside world and doesn't want to escape it, and 2, you know, he's a settler, and he's genuinely someone who just at his heart feels more comfortable pitching camp and preserving, you know, something that they've built. So it was interesting. And then obviously when Thomas comes up, you know, my character really, you know, undergoes quite a lot of change, because this guy shakes up, you know, the entire system, and no more so than for Gally.
Great. Yeah, just overwhelmingly positive. It's really, really nice, you know, to just get that validation, and not even like feeling like we needed it really, but it's just nice. It's just it makes you feel even better about what you did, you know. And we were already proud of it, but that's just kind of like another step, and just like, all right, yeah, like, you know, they approve, and that's what we set out to do, and that's great. I don't think so.
Not like you'd expect. Like I was expecting a lot of people to be like this and that, but I think we've got probably one of the best group of fans ever. I've got friends that have worked on things that are booked to film adaptations, and they've said, you know, it can be awful. You're gonna get a lot of stick, and it's gonna hurt. We've been really, really lucky, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that Wes and James made all the fans of the book a part of the filming process from the very beginning. So whenever we were cast, Wes would tweet about it and tweet to the kids and talk to them about it. And James would give his approval. And whenever there was concept art, any little bit was always aimed at everyone. So they really feel like this is their movie, and they're one of the Gladers, and they're in there with us, as opposed to we're trying to take it away from them and make it something else.
Yeah, it's really well said.
And you know how earlier you were talking about, you know, the kind of potential differences that would kind of sway someone away from expecting this is just the same as Hunger Games or Divergent or anything like that. One of them is the fact that this film is about teamwork and togetherness, and that is something that was paralleled in the entire process of making this movie, you know, because James was involved, because the producers were very, very, you know, collaborative with us, because the director was so hands-on, and also, you know, the fans were made part of it the whole way through. You know, we were in contact with them daily through Twitter and various other kind of social media, and you know, I think there was a real kind of team ethos that translates onto screen. This is a film about camaraderie, togetherness, working as a team in order to survive, as opposed to competing against each other or you know, or any friction within the group. That's interesting.
That's a really interesting question, man. I always thought that, you know, if, let's say, worst comes to worst, the movie doesn't open, and so the studio doesn't let us make the next 2 movies. I have always believed that this first film can just stand on its own, and you know, it'd be a pain in the ass at the end of it. But it was a big cliffhanger. But you know, I do think it works as one story, and then it just gets bigger, and there is more to it, and you know, there's a lot of answers in the next 2 books, and you know, I think we're gonna be lucky enough to get to make them. But if not, I mean, I always felt like this movie, apart from being a book, is just a really good film, and something that even if you know nothing about it, you can go in, watch, enjoy it, and really really think about it afterwards too. I really think it's something that would stick with people, and that's just like, you know, so much of what I love about it.